full moon in Capricorn, which is tonight, July 10th, 2025. Let's see what we got. So full moons are to release, as always. Not as always, but full moons are usually where you release energy, where the energy is a lot more stronger coming from the moon. And I don't know about you, but I've been feeling the moons lately. Last month's moon and this full moon is strong, or I've been feeling it more strongly or more than usual. So just be mindful. Maybe people are also feeling it now as well. This is a Capricorn moon, so it's an earth sign moon, and it's in detriment. Did I say that right? I don't know, but the moon doesn't feel comfortable, so people may not be feeling comfortable as well. They may be a little moody, they may be a little irritated, and just overall, like, people may be feeling like that. But now, especially with this full moon, it's gonna bring out a little bit more of that. So the first card that I got was To Be Fair, 38. And let's keep shuffling for the next one. So Capricorn is more of a structure. It's an earth sign. It's, when I think of Capricorn, I think of structure. I think of old money, something established, something that has a sturdy foundation that has been built on for a long time, that has not changed at all, or very little. So when you put that with the full moon, there might be a release of something. As like a collective, there might be a release of something that everybody has been holding on to for a really long time, or a structure, or an institute, or some type of business, or a family that has been in the public's view for a really long time, and now there is a big change, a big release to that. There is a shift, a change of power, a transfer of power is what I want to say. And to be fair, you see she's in a gown and she's holding a balance. So a rescaling of the balance, a rescaling, like I said, a transfer of power, a transfer of structure. So there might be a big change, a big release in leadership. The next one that I got is Fork in the Road, number 13. Number 13 to me is divine feminine, so the feminine energy. And Capricorn is Big Daddy energy. It's the dad of the zodiac. It's masculine energy. To me, I imagine the Emperor in the tarot is somebody that is very structured, very secure, who does not move without thinking through, thoroughly what they're gonna do and the outcome of what they're gonna do. So a fork in the road, maybe there is a decision that needs to be made, and I feel like I got this before for one of the other moons. Fork in the road, and maybe this decision doesn't require for you to be so structured, and it will require for you to be more flexible and on the go, more spontaneous, and more in touch with your creative side, with your feminine side, with the divine feminine. Still taking into account every aspect, but not dwelling over it, not letting it stop you from making a decision. So this release of energy will not force you, but have you make a decision that requires more flexibility and not overthinking and overthinking on the decision you're about to make, or how that is going to affect you in the long run. There's big changes. And then also I feel like there is an owl on top of her head, so that for me is also how, like, wisdom. So how we're looking at the world. So whatever this release is, whatever this big change and big decision that we're making, not only does it have a big effect on, of course, on our structure, on the structure that was already built in, but it's also going to have a change in how we view and how we think of things. Is this making sense? Hopefully it is. So on a personal level, I feel like people are going to, again, be a little bit moody because of all the changes that are going on, because of the way this energy is affecting everyone. They're a little bit moody, and when you have a lot of things that are changing, and the within the structure of things, within the foundation, it feels like you're not stable. So a lot of people may not feel stable where they are, or with what they're doing. But I feel like this big release, this big change is going to help people have a different point of view of what structure is and what stability is, and how you can build a foundation differently from how it's been built before, or how your family has built it. So it's a new point of view. It's a new way of building a foundation, if that makes sense. And this may also have to do with family, with family structures, family dynamics. It may have to do with your parents, with the mom, with the feminine and the masculine, and maybe how that how they work together, how the structure of the feminine and the masculine have been working together throughout this whole time. But maybe taking a look at how things have not been working with how things were structured within that relationship, and making changes so that it flows more easily and more natural in a way. So rebalancing of scales, a release. Just be patient with yourself, be patient with everybody else, and know that if the foundation is not built correctly, obviously it has to be built again. And I feel like that's something that is happening, and you may feel like insecure because there isn't because obviously, nothing is the same. There's big changes, but I feel like sometimes change is good. And in this case, change is very good, and it's needed, obviously, because the structure wasn't built on a strong foundation. And so we're going to see what that means, what and how that's going to affect us on the long run, on a global level and in a personal level. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. And let me know how it goes, right?